I'm Amy from Doodle Dog Designs. Today I'm going to create a garden seed display. I'm going to use this basket. I got it at a garage sale. It was a Teleflora basket. It's just a cheap little basket, but I really like the size of it and the handle that swivels. So I'm going to start off by painting this. I'm going to paint it brown, and then I'm going to paint it a white over the top of that, and then I will antique it. I'm going to be using this craft paint. It is earth brown, and I'm going to be using a fairly stiff paintbrush. I don't want to get a ton of paint on the basket. I just want to brush it on in a thin layer, and then it will be easier to antique it. I am going to paint both the inside and the outside so that when I get all done and put my garden seed display in there, it won't matter if there's some of the inside showing. After I started painting, I realized that the handle has a screw holding it on, and probably the easiest thing to do would be to remove the handle then I don't have to worry about trying to move the handle around as I paint. You can see I was missing a spot there. It's going to work much better. I'm concerned that you're going to be able to see these flowers even after I do the next coat of paint. So I'm going to actually sand that off and try to get the paint off, and then I'll go back over it and I'll do another coat of the brown in those spots. I think that will be much better. There's still a little green, but it doesn't have the shape of a flower anymore. If there's a little bit of green showing, it'll just look like another layer of paint. I think that's going to be much better now. I will repaint the brown over the top of that. Oh yeah, that's going to cover much better. Now I'm going to paint the basket with a coat of white paint over the top of the brown. Basket is dry now, and I'm liking the way it's looking. I'm going to add a little bit of this antique wax. I'm just going to use a clean rag and put a little bit on it, and then I'm going to just rub it on and buff it right back off. The wax is dry on the basket now, so I'm going to reattach the handle. I've printed out the seed packets. I'll put a link in the description below to this product, and I'm just going to cut along the outer edges. And then I'm going to fold on the dotted lines. Then I'm going to use some stick glue. You could also use double-sided tape here. And I'm just going to put glue on the bottom and the side tab. And then I'm going to fold the back over, and that will seal up the seed packet. And then I'm going to put some split peas in the seed packet to give it a little bit of substance. You could use beans or rice or whatever you have on hand. Just want a few of those in there so it'll feel like there's some seeds in the packet. And then I will add glue to this top tab. Then I'm going to fold it in and seal it closed. You could skip that step, but I don't want my split peas falling out and making a mess. These seed packets already have a old feel to them, but I want to grunge them up just a little bit more. I've got a brown ink pad, and I'm going to use a rag, get a little ink on it. And I'm just going to mainly scuff up the edges a little bit. Just gives it a little bit of a dirty look. I have this Easter grass that I dyed. I have a blog post actually showing how I did that. I will put a link to that in the description below. And I'm going to add a little bit of that to the bottom of the basket because the seed packets aren't tall enough without adding a little something to the bottom. I've got these carrots that I made a couple years ago, and I will put a link in the description below for tutorial to make the carrots. They're just made out of muslin, painted muslin. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe below. I'll see you next time. Bye.